It is trash night. So for dinner tonight, I kind of wanted to just try to throw something into a casserole, clean out the fridge as much as I could, raid the pantry, see what I could find. Casseroles are so perfect, especially this time of year. So here I am. I found some veggies in the fridge, some leftover rice, chicken, cheese. We're gonna have a good time. So I'm gonna just get to chopping and preparing my casserole. Found some onion that I'll just kind of give a rough chop to. I love casseroles. They are so delicious and so comforting, and they're so easy because they're just like what I'm doing now. You can literally find anything and just like throw it into a casserole. Got a big head of garlic. Come on, Megan. It's been a day, you know? Found a big head of broccoli that I'm just gonna kind of chop up a bit. Of course, I'm just doing this with whatever I'm finding in my fridge and pantry, so hopefully this gives you a little bit of inspiration to look into your fridge and your pantry, your freezer, see what you can kind of come up with. Because as long as it has, well, personally, I think as long as a casserole has some sort of creamy element, a meat, a veggie, and a starch, I think that no matter what you put in here, it's gonna be delicious. Found a little carrot. I've got my veggies here that I have all chopped up, and I'm actually gonna throw this into a pan real quick and give it a saute. I like the flavor that it gets. Of course, you can put this into your casserole raw. It'll cook, they'll just be a little more crunchy and not as much flavor, but I want them to get a little baby bit brown and soft. So that's what I'm gonna do. While those are doing their thing on the stove, I'm gonna get some chicken. I have some leftover rotisserie chicken from a little earlier in the week. I made some enchiladas that were very delicious. I will link that video down below. Perfect enchiladas. So I'm just gonna take some chicken, roughly chop it. I am not working off of a recipe here. I'm just kind of tossing in however much of whatever I want. So I'll make sure to write everything down below in the description that I'm using, but feel free to definitely make this your own. Got some leftover rice here that I'm just gonna pop in. Try to get it all broken up. Oh, and I forgot to mention that I do have my oven preheating to 375 Fahrenheit. I have a can of cream of mushroom soup. Of course, you don't have to use cream of mushroom. You can use cream of chicken or cream of celery I've seen. I would just suggest some sort of cream of something soup. And you can make your own. I have seen recipes, but I have not made my own. So, can it is. I'm also gonna toss in just a couple tablespoons of mayonnaise just to give it a little more flavor and a little more creaminess. These things you can adjust. You can use sour cream instead of mayo if you want to, or you can use all cream of whatever soup. This is such a personal kind of choice with these casseroles that you can just do really whatever you want to. You just want to make sure that the consistency is good and creamy because you don't want this to be dry. I'm going to add some lemon juice, I think. Brighten it up a bit. I made some French onion soup the other day, so I'm going to actually throw in a bunch of my caramelized onions from that. I know I have the onion sauteing over there, but this just gives it a little bit of a different flavor, and you get another texture with that caramelized onion, and they're so delicious. I've got my veggies here. See, they were just barely in there for maybe 5 minutes. They've gotten soft, a little bit of color, perfectly where I want them. Dump those in. And I just seasoned these with some salt and pepper as well. Work these in here. And because why not, I think that maybe this could just use a little something extra. So I'm gonna put in a couple of handfuls of mozzarella cheese. I'm gonna put some salt and pepper in this as well. I wanna make sure this is good and seasoned. Give this a mix around so all of the stuff is combined. Oh, I want some lemon pepper in here. some lemon pepper. Now mix it up. Just one more spoonful of mayo. This consistency is perfect. And now I'm just going to load up my baking dish and pop it in the oven. I've got an 8x8 here. Of course, you can adjust the size of your cooking vessel depending on how much you have. Just lightly sprayed it with some cooking spray and just lunch lady that thing in here. Nice and sloppy. Even this out a bit, although I do like it when it's kind of creaky craggy because they get crispy on certain areas, and that is my favorite part of anything that I cook in the oven. Almost there. I think to have an extra good casserole, you should have a little bit of a crunchy top. So I have some plain panko breadcrumbs here that I'm just gonna add some olive oil into. Stir that around. These are not seasoned, so I am going to put some salt, pepper, lemon pepper, maybe some garlic powder, onion powder, but like put whatever you want in here. Give this a final mix through. Ooh, you know what would be good on here too? Ritz. Crack them up really good. Throw some melted butter in there. Ooh, that's a good topping. I'm just gonna sprinkle all over the top. You can also do this with breadcrumbs, but I love panko. They are so crunchy and so satisfying. Cover this with foil. I'm just gonna pop it into my preheated oven. Everything's already cooked in here. We just wanna make sure everything is heated through. So I'm gonna put it in there for maybe like 25 minutes or so, or until you see it bubbling and it's just beautiful. At that point, take the foil off and let it bake for another few minutes to get the panko all crunchy, or you can put it on like a low broil. If you broil though, be very, very careful and watch it closely because it can burn in a second. And here we have it. It's bubbling, you can hear it. The topping is nice and crunchy and brown. That is what I'm talking about. While it's still hot, I'm going to just sprinkle on some freshly chopped Italian flat leaf parsley, add some color, and we're done. How exciting does this look? It's so easy. Like, cleaned out the fridge, went through the pantry, perfect. That is pretty much always kind of a casserole to me. It's kind of like whatever I have in the fridge, she's going in. Have a little baby bite. It is so creamy and like this little stringy cheese. Ooh, look at that. Perfect, perfect. Oh, do you see the cheese? Do you see that? Oh my goodness. Bottoms up. Oh my goodness. It's perfect. It's so creamy, so flavorful. That topping is just really something. It's delicious. This is great for this time of year. It is casserole season. Do it up. You'll enjoy it. You should definitely make this and enjoy.